All right, another little after work practice special. It is cold. It is high 30s, but super windy outside, frigid. And and the sun's going down now, so it's only getting colder. It's not warm in here at all. Big high ceilings. Don't have the heat on at all in here, barely any insulation. So even when I do heat it up, it doesn't last long without keeping the heater on. Anyway, I've been working on a couple things, like more changing a couple things, like my stance. This is naturally how I like to set up. I've been trying to get my trail foot just a little bit more square in the front, keep the front one the same. And another thing is I tend to get up here, which isn't a bad spot. I just know that instead of here, if I can get a little more right here, I play better. I just hit it a little more flush, end up having a very straight ball flight. This is a little bit more of a cutty ball flight for me. Basically, whatever plane I take it back on, I've always been someone very much a one plane swing, not a single plane, one plane. Single plane is referring to the address, but one plane, basically whatever plane I take it back on, if I take it back right there, I'm gonna come down pretty close to that same plane. So if I take it a little steeper, I'm gonna come down a little steeper. And like when I really want to hook the ball, I like to feel like I'm real flat, because then I can come in real flat and play a little sweepy hook. Anyway, just kind of neutraling those things out. All right, first swing of the day, nice and easy. Felt good, pulled it a little. Little pulley heel, slight heel, you can see it, it's up there. Just gonna hit a handful instead of showing you every one to the camera. Just takes a lot of time to do that. Stance, let's get closer. That felt real good. Felt like the swing. Dead center, perfect contact. See what I was talking about. The first one was a little bit more heely. No, I said I wasn't going to show every shot. See, the first one was a little higher and just a little heely. That last one was pure. Yeah, I've been really liking that new feeling of stopping right at impact, which lets everything accelerate through. I feel it very much in my body, like my body kind of just stops for a split second and everything fires through. Other people might feel it in the grip. Not that you want to like just stop and let this happen, but if you think about it, if the club's coming down and the grip stops, you see how the club can accelerate? Rather than if everything just keeps going, it's going to be moving a lot slower than letting the club release and throwing all of that energy into the club. All right, back to golfing. I want to see you working on my setup. Trying to get everything real neutral. Felt good. I was right over the last one. Perfect. Trying to get right there, right there. I like to try to keep my spine angle right here. Basically, if I'm starting right here, I want to be there at impact. I know some players, especially these days, a lot of people try to decrease that angle. I try not to increase it. Or no, that would be increasing the angle, decreasing. I just try to keep it the same as where I want to be. Try to keep my head pretty still, but allowing it to rotate a little, it needs to come, see how this comes back a little bit, but it's not moving laterally. That's the big no-no with your head, is more the lateral movement you want to avoid. You don't need to keep it perfectly still though. That actually just puts unnecessary strain on your neck. And if you let your head, you see, like, that's about as far back as I can go with my head straight. But if I just let my head go, I can get a little bit more turn. Same thing on the follow through. It's not good to keep your head down too long because it's just unnecessary strain where you could just be going with it. And just biomechanically, you'll tend to beat yourself up a little less, letting your head just kind of pivot with the turn a touch. But still feels very steady throughout the swing. Another one. Man, I wish the course was open. Hitting the ball good. Might have just jinxed myself. Let's see what happens. Of course, those are just little baby shots of 150 yarders. Did I say this is a 9-iron? 44 degree 9-iron. Maxes out about 160 is pretty damn long 9-iron for me. 155 is a pretty solid number. If I can get 155, 160, it's hit pretty hard. Felt good. Yeah, right over the last one again. That one, honestly though, it looks nice right there, but it was a groove thin. I could feel, I kind of just swept it off the turf. I don't think I would have lost any yardage or anything bad would have happened from that strike, but it was just a hair thin. Missed that one. Let's see, it was a little more high off the heel there. Wouldn't have been too bad. I have high expectations for myself. I want to hit every shot flush. What is that? Maybe some more PVC. Start hitting a little harder. That was not it. That was so flush. Someone just pull in. It's my grandma. That's it. It's her car or truck. I feel like I flared that one out to the right a little bit. Not too bad though. I think that was that last one right there. Just kind of little necky, little off the low heel. And one of them was a little clunky off the toe there. But not too bad. Barely played all season. I played, I don't know, less than 10 rounds real early in the season. And then didn't really play for the bulk of the summer. And then played a handful of 9 more rounds in the fall, but not even. Probably played barely 100 holes. But I've been playing this game for a long time. It's a little bit like riding a bike. A little more difficult, obviously. I'm gonna step up to my 6-iron, the face clean. 6-iron, which is what, 32 degrees. All right. So the 6-iron. real good. Real good. I mean, I don't think I could strike that any better. That felt sweet. Basically center. It's actually harder to see. It didn't make as obvious of a ball mark. Right on the high center of that worn out spot. It's almost like the wear is a little more prominent than the actual ball mark, which is right over the top of it. But I mean, that was flush. My 6-iron, it's usually about 195, 200's a pretty decent 6-iron for me. You know, 190 is pretty smooth, 195 is about stock. I can get it to about 205 really stepping on it. And again, it's a 32 degree. Some people's 7-irons are like that. So it's all relative to loft. The numbers don't mean much on the bottom. That was okay. That one was toey. Might have missed a little left. See, it was just a hair out to the toe there. Usually catch a little toey and it actually goes left, a little heely and it wants to go right. Yeah, I'm going to think more cut shots with this. A little more knockdown cutty shot. Oh, that felt real good. Real good. It was toey again though. Very toey, honestly. Here, I'm going to erase these. Start over. Felt really nice. I don't think it would have lost much distance from being on the toe. If anything, I like my miss to be a little bit on the toe side. Not quite that much though. That shot actually felt really nice though, for how much on the toe it was. That was sweet. Tried to favor a little bit more heel side, and it is too. It's a little bit hanging on the more heel side of that sweet spot. Felt good. That one was flush.